If you've ever eaten a meal without spices, you realize that they are tasteless, bland, and outrightly boring. And that's why you look forward to having your meal with so much happiness, beautiful meal, and with so much memories, such that you want to come back and have another meal. And that's why we're bringing spices to you. My name is Ruth Ekara, and I'm the host of Ruth and Spices. And Ruth and Spices is going to be taking you on an amazing journey of spices, on how to use spices, beautiful things that spices can do for you. And then it can make you beautiful even in your own skin and keep you very healthy and fresh. We'll be going on a quick break, and when we return, trust me, so much more is coming your way. Welcome back. You're still watching Ruth and Spices, the only show that brings you so much information on your health and everything beautiful about your life. And trust me, spices are God's gifts to mankind, so you'll be learning a lot. And then a lot of people like to ask me, Ruth, what is it about spices? Why do you like spices so much? Now, before I go into that, I'm going to be telling you what spices is all about. Now, when you walk through a tree, look at a tree, what comes to your eyes first is a leaf. You see the fruit, you see the buds, you see the seed, and even the root that is not really visible. But then I'm going to be telling you this. Aside the leaf, which is the herb, you can call the herb, every other part of the tree can be used for spices. The roots, the seed, the buds, everything, even the seed can be used for spices. Now I'm going to be telling you why spices are so important for you. It's simple. Spices are the essence of life. Yes, they're natural without any side effects. And they will just do beautiful things for your body, for all of your organs, your heart, your liver, your kidney, your cells will thank you for using spices and even herbs and every other thing natural. So right on the table, you're seeing beautiful spices on the table. I need to tell you that for you to know only 2, 3, 4 spices, you're just even beginning to learn new things, because all around the world you can source for beautiful spices, and we have thousands of spices that can be found all around the world. Europe, Asia, the Mediterranean, every part of the world you can find beautiful spices. And even here in Africa, we grow nutritious spices that can do your health a whole lot of good. Right on the table we have garlic, and if you can see closely, you see that 2 different species. This is the imported one, foreignly grown, and this is locally grown here in Nigeria. Yes, Nigeria is home to beautiful spices all around the world, that goes all around the world. And this is the amazing ginger that you all know. All around the world, many people can do without ginger because it changes the course of their meal from basic to advanced. Even chefs all around the world swear by ginger. And then this is turmeric. Turmeric. Beautiful. Changes the face of your food. Now let's see. If your food is looking very uninteresting, maybe you don't just like the face of your meal, take a little bit of turmeric and sprinkle on it. Every meal can accommodate this beautiful spice called turmeric. And even in ladies' circle, it's a little secret for them. They use it for their cosmetics, they use it for their facials, and even for everything concerning their skin. Turmeric just does so much, so much, and it's a powerful antioxidant. Right on the table is fennel. Now, need I remind you, if you're actually feeling kind of moody, there's something spice does for you. Perceiving your spices. It's just wonderful. There's something divine about smelling your spices. Probably it's because it's nature from God. So when you're feeling moody, in a state that you can't just really say what is doing to you, just take the spices, go to your pantry, open it up, get out of your spices, perceive it. It changes your mood. It brings a state of happiness to you. It just gives you that wonderful feeling that I can only describe as divine. Wow, I still have so much more here. Right on my very pantry, I'm going to be bringing you some that you even haven't heard about before. Some people like to use, I'm bringing this to you, cardamom. In the world, this is the second most expensive spice in the world. It's not something you can just get just anywhere around. you have to go right out for it. It might not be grown in your country, but don't worry. You can go to any spice shop. You can find it just anywhere in any spice shop. God loves you so much, and that is why He put all of these things in the ground for you to be able to have access to them and make food out of them, make your cosmetics out of them, make medicines out of them. If you're feeling uneasy, disease. Have you ever wondered what disease is? Disease. You're not in a place of comfort. Go right after herbs and spices. Make them your meal. Now, I'm going to be telling you why spices are so important to me as a person. I love to use spices, and spices have formed a daily part of my diet. I ventured into the world of spices when I was in college. That sounds really exciting. The story is simple but very exciting. I remember then that was the first time I was leaving home to college, and I was going to be cooking for myself independently. I don't have anybody to answer to, so I really wanted to be adventurous. I went to the market. I got as simple as garlic, ginger, curry, thyme, coriander, and oregano. I went to my room, started making my dishes. I started with the meat, I started parboiling. I sprinkled all of the spices in it. And trust me, in no less than 3 minutes, everywhere in my room was sizzling, mesmerizing everyone. Everyone kept screaming my name, Ruth, what are you cooking? But then I hadn't even started making my main dish. I was just seasoning my meat with these spices. That's the secret I'm bringing to you today. Start making your meals with all of these things. Start seasoning your meats, your fish, whatever, and you can get stock right out of them. When I started making this meal, everyone was screaming, Ruth, you're amazing. What are you preparing? What are you preparing for dinner? But then I told them, just some spices in my meat, and that's what gave it the A effect. Since then, my life has never remained the same. I'm shining, I'm glowing because I know how to use what God has given to me. And it's no other than spices and herbs and roots, all of these natural things. You have a way to prepare them that will make your life very interesting. And if you're watching me and you're wondering, how do I start? There's no police outside waiting to arrest you. Go right to your kitchen. If you're in the office watching me, if you're on the road, if you're on transit watching me, just prep yourself up, because when you get home today, you can run right into your pantry, open it up, there are some spices there just waiting for you to explore. You've abandoned them. Now, things have changed. Go right there, pick it up, start. I have other spices I'd like to introduce to you because they are simply beautiful, powerful, and will take your health from this level to a very, very high level. This is cinnamon. Beautiful. Simply out of this world. Cinnamon can be used as a sweetener for your meal. You can use it in your custard, in your tea. For some of you that are running away from sugar, you don't want sugar because you feel that you don't have what it takes to break down the sugar very well in your body to function properly. You can go for cinnamon. Cinnamon is a wonderful spice that can do so much for you. It can be very nutritious, it can be used for medicinal purposes, and it can also be used for cosmetic reasons. Now, one thing about spices is that spices have always been there for us way back as civilization. Spices, even the first civilization in the world is Egypt. And you can trace spices back to Egypt. The Egyptians use spices for so many things. They use it for their meals, they use it to embalm their dead, they use it for cosmetic reasons. They love to look beautiful. So they will always use spices to mark certain irregularities, like they use it in their body, and they will use these things to mark it. And when you come close to a typical Egyptian way back, you're perceiving this very nice aroma, and you're seeing them so beautiful, like they're out of this world, and you're wondering what they have been using. It's spices. I'm telling you, spices does all of that for you. Trust me, you can't do without spices. It's simply God's gift to mankind. And this is our introductory episode, bringing you what all and everything spices will do for you. So in our next episodes, I'll be bringing you so much more. And even you could be seeing herbs, roots, and every other thing that relates to the natural world from the ground. Herbs, spices, all of these things. And I'd like to leave you with this. Always use spices, always use herbs. Learn to use them. You don't even have to start so big. Start gradually, and I'm sure in no time you're going to be appreciative of what spices and herbs can do for you. Remember this always and never forget, spices are God's gift to mankind. Keep spicing up your world and keep spicing up your life. My name still remains Ruth Ekara.